That defeat for Villa left the European door open for Newcastle United. They were at Anfield to take on Liverpool, where this week the major talking points have been off the field. Gabriel Clark reports.
It appears winning the battle for fourth might be nothing compared to winning control of their famous name. This week the Thai Prime Minister offered Liverpool £60 million for a 30% stake. But this is the self-styled People's Champion.
Thank you for the fans. One thing I would say is a big thank you for all the fans for their support. I'm very touched indeed.
Are you saying to the fans, stick behind me?
Very much so, yeah, please.
He's determined to try and get into Liverpool's boardroom, if not take ultimate control of this football club. I think that's very clear.
87% in the Echo the other night said Stevie Morgan. You've got to go with the people.
Watch yourself, please.
Morgan's a true cop-out. This Thailand fella was spotted with the Man United shirt last year.
Morgan's £73 million proposal was rejected by Chairman David Moores for undervaluing the club. And having wrapped up Champions League football, Gerard Houllier was not amused by Morgan's talk of the good old days.
He's picking on the manager, he's picking on the players.
They want to go back to the 60s and the 70s culture. Well, fair enough, but not with me.
I think the board are backing Gerard Houllier.
Whatever Steve Morgan offers?
Yes.
How important is it for the fans that Steve Morgan comes in with another offer?
Very important, because it's the future of the club that's at stake.
Are you coming in with another offer?
Not at this moment in time.
Anything as far as the Thai bit's concerned, Rick?
No, nothing further.
The Newcastle chairman would love some new investment after his side fell away in the race for fourth, adding to speculation about his manager.
How about Bobby's position?
Bobby's got another year left on his contract.
He'll see it out?
I'm sure he will.
So to events on the pitch. Commentary at Anfield comes from Clive Tilsley.
End of season, issues resolved, pressure off. Oh yeah, the big issues at Liverpool and Newcastle are still making the headlines. For one, this may well be Emil Heskey's last game for Liverpool. All of Anfield hopes it won't be Michael Owens. They spearhead an unchanged lineup. Newcastle's injury headaches are clearing, maybe too late in the day. Craig Bellamy returns as a substitute this afternoon, but Olivier Bernard is out, so Andy Griffin plays for the first time since October. They have been natural rivals from the moment the top three got away from the rest. A Champions League rivalry settled in Liverpool's favour this last week. Newcastle now need a better result than Aston Villa today to take the consolation prize of a UEFA Cup place. Risa has given away a throw-in. Their two grand old managers have allowed their guards to slip and speak their minds in the last week. Nothing wrong with that. It's an emotional game. And these are two very emotional clubs. Gerrard. Driven towards Owen. Finnan. Kuhl. Tucked into Heskey. Finnan. Turned away by Bramble. Only as far as Michael Owen. Instant cross from him. O'Brien more up than out. Gary Speed can't clear. Dietmar Hamann. It's well struck by the former Newcastle player. He scored against his old club here last season. Takes a lot to part a Newcastle fan from his magpie shirt. It must be worn today. Who ate all the pies? Given straight back to Hamann. Murphy. Heskey. Hamann to Gerrard. Murphy. One or two options here. Tried to lift it into Emil Heskey. Wasn't a bad effort. It was dropping awkwardly over his shoulder onto his unfavoured left side. Gerrard down to Hamann. Behind you. He's done well. Steve Finnan. Bramble intercepting, and here's Bowyer through the legs of Hamann, and on to Shola Amiobi. It's a good shot, Newcastle lead. And Europe is still very much a part of their future plans. Tucked away beautifully by Shola Amiobi. But full marks to Lee Bowyer, a player who very nearly signed for Liverpool 2 years ago. Actually nutmegged Dietmar Hamann, that's Stevie Gerrard's trick. And Amiobi driven a little wider than he would like. On his left side, his unfavoured side, threaded a shot across Dudek and into the side of the net. The goalscorer already nursing an injury. Newcastle United are going to replace him. And Craig Bellamy, who suffered a torn hamstring at Villa Park a month ago and thought that his season was over, is going to return for the last 50 minutes of Newcastle's season. He's missed 6 games and his team have won just once without him. Hughes just helping it on to Dyer. Now Bellamy. Everything quickens when Craig Bellamy gets on the ball. Timing of the tackle has to be very precise. You think the ball is there, but he's so quick. He's whipped it away from you before you know it, and you're tackling him instead. It's Bellamy. He's lost nearly 6 months of this season in 3 different injury spells, Craig Bellamy. They haven't won a Premiership game away from Tyneside since October, but they lead at half-time at Anfield, courtesy of Shola Amiobi, and Newcastle may be on their travels again next season after all. It's 8 years since the 4-3 game. I was privileged to be here at Anfield that night. I've never seen a better Premiership match. These two always seem to produce something. Newcastle hoping it's productive for them today. Bobby Robson has never been associated with a winning team at Anfield. In 30 visits as manager and player, he's never got more than a warm welcome and a hot cup of tea from Liverpool. Murphy seeking out Gerrard. Took it in his stride. Burst past Hughes. Steven Gerrard. Emil Heskey. Complete miss kick. Fluffed his lines on probably his final performance right in front of the Kop. Well, he's been linked with Middlesbrough and Tottenham, and now very meaningfully with Birmingham City. He's always had suitors, but he has always had 1 or 2 moments like that too. Finnan. Kuehl. Owen. Harry Kuehl has gone on. Run into traffic. Run through it. Gerrard. On the chance for Kuehl. Forward across to. Driven into Gerrard. And it was again Steven Gerrard. Applauds the driven cross. Only scored half a dozen goals this season, Steven Gerrard. He's been immense for Liverpool in every other department. Dyer. Speed. Clever. Bowyer, nothing wide. Angled back in towards Alan Shearer. Back across the face of goal. And Carragher did just enough to deny Ambrose. Last-ditch defending by Jamie Carragher. Some of you may not be old enough to know what a centre-forward is. This is a centre-forward. Alan Shearer, header back across the face of goal into the danger area. I think he still cares about the game. Murphy. Space for Gerrard, who's drawn out to that left-hand side on occasions. Look at this for a run by Steven Gerrard, in towards Michael Owen. Titus Bramble to the rescue. Well, there is a suggestion that he will start on the left for England this summer, Steven Gerrard. Played from that side in both the qualifiers against Turkey. I don't think it really matters where he starts, the kind of impact that he's having on every game in which he plays at the moment. Murphy. Harry Kewell. Gerrard again, not too far away from the touchline. Angled in towards Michael Owen! That's simple. Steven Gerrard's cross just cried out to be converted. And in Michael Owen, Liverpool had just the man. Wonderful raking ball from the Liverpool skipper. Almost impossible to defend against. Whilst it was not impossible for Owen to miss, it was such a good chance against a team he has regularly tormented with his eye for goal. 11 times he has faced Newcastle in Liverpool red. 14 goals now Michael Owen has scored against them. Ambrose. Caldwell overlapping in his new role as right back, but look, he's got all the way back with him. He is absolutely inspirational, Gerrard. Steve Bruce, the Birmingham manager, said last week that he was totally awesome at St Andrews. Their team are putting them through the emotional mixer again. They know that Manchester United are leading at Villa Park. They know they need just a better result than Aston Villa to qualify. Speed. Robert. He's not trying to have a shot, is he? And Dudek, like a tail ender facing a fast bowler, took a nervous step back before keeping it out. There must be times as a manager when you feel as if the world is against you and your only friend is your opposite number. At least they understand the pressures that each other are under. Robert. Oh, it's a fabulous hit again. Parried by Dudek. Oh, he's just looking to work a yard of space to let fly. It's the only thing on his mind. Almost unaware of anybody else around him. Bang! And the keeper has to make a save more often than not. Looks like they'll be getting their passports out again next season, because Newcastle will play in Europe after all. The team that has drawn too many matches this season have got the draw they needed to return to the UEFA Cup, having lost out to Liverpool for the Champions League. Two famous clubs who had hoped for more from the season have salvaged some consolation. Two of the great statesmen of the game have maybe answered some of their critics. It's finished all square at Anfield, 1-1.
Arsenal were in a different league this season, and so it's okay. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's our target, but it means that this year it's an achievement.
We had all the pressure. I think we've done remarkably well. I'm pleased for the players. They've deserved it, I think.
There have been distractions this week. How hurt have you been by some of the comments?
Because things which were said were not right. And for instance, regarding the academy, regarding the achievement, regarding saying things that we were near the bottom. But we probably raised the expectation of the fans and the supporters maybe too early. They have to understand the competition is bigger. And but they were fantastic. I mean, I like the lap of honour because you could feel that they were with us.
Your chairman gave Sir Bobby Robson a vote of confidence before the game today, by the way.
Good, yeah. We're all working hard to bring success to this football club. The whole squad, the manager, the chairman, everyone. We're all in the same boat and rowing in the same direction. And as I said, we're just relieved that we have something to take from this season.
Let's concentrate on next season to come. First of all, I'll go to the European Championship, and then we'll see.
And you're determined to see this through?
Yes, I am.
Ranieri finished second, might be out of a job. Ole's finished fourth, shouldn't be here. I finished fifth, I shouldn't be here either. You know, so it goes on and on and on. It's just a strange football world. It's the pressure of winning. Football has changed now. It's called win, 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 win. When you win again. Don't even think about losing.
Good old Bob. Well, they got a good point there today, and they've made Europe, not quite in the competition they had in mind, mind you.
No, I think, I must admit, I'm quite pleased they got to that European spot, but I think the basic reason is with Newcastle, the problem is just their away form all season. It's not good enough to win, you know, only two away games in a season. That's the reason they're not in the Champions League places.
Nice goal today.
Oh, they took it well. It was a great start for them, man. He hit it well across the face of the goal. Boyer does exceptionally well at nutmegging him on. It's a terrific run. Opens up his body, gives himself a little bit of space and knocks it across. We're going to see it again. Watch Amiobi. He actually, in my opinion, actually fouls Hippier here. I'm not sure if it's intended, but look, Boyer's got the ball, bang, barges him, down he goes. Obviously, the referee, Mike Riley, didn't see it. Made his little bit of luck and got away with it and stuck it away well. It was a good finish. I thought a draw was probably just about right today.
Now, one good thing with the European Championship coming up is the form of Gerrard. He was outstanding today.
Andy and I were talking about it earlier on. Outside Thierry Henry, Gerrard has been sensational. Any other year he'd be Player of the Year. He's been phenomenal. He's just had one of these seasons. He's literally carried Liverpool on his shoulders, and he's got everything. He's been taking games basically by the scruff of the neck, Des. Just look at him here on the left-hand side. Look at the determination in this run. He gets the ball up. We've seen him do it a couple of weeks with the goal that are there from the same position. Look at this strength and power. I mean, that's fantastic. He scored a goal against Birmingham, I think it was. Very similar position. He leads by example. Look, he's an intelligent player. He knows when to hold it and when to knock it in first time. Great give and go here. He's picked that ball up just in the opposition half. Look at this. He's direct. Defenders don't like people running at you. Goes for the cross, doesn't get it. Does he give up? No, he doesn't. I mean, from Liverpool's fans' point of view, he's absolutely vital. Now look at this for a pass. We're talking about Bergkamp seeing things, people like that. That is a magnificent pass. It really is. And look at Owen loves it. Owen knows that from a striker's point of view, Des, it's great to know that a midfield player can deliver that ball. And it's not the first time we've seen it this season. Again, it's a very similar ball, whipped round the wrong side of the defender. That's against Arsenal, of course. Who's there? Michael Owen. And those two on form, not just for Liverpool, but with the European Championships coming up for England, they are so important.
Well, of course, England didn't have him for the last World Cup. People forget about that. He was injured at the time.
Absolutely, along with Gary Neville. He is a big player.
Good decision, Des, to make him skipper this season. That has added something to his game, and as a man, he looks like now he's really in control of himself. Yeah.
What would be your end-of-term report for those two clubs, for Newcastle and Liverpool? Newcastle first.
Well, Newcastle, I think, obviously, a little bit disappointed. But they've had a poor start, notoriously poor starters to the season. And I think, realistically, looking at it, I think fifth was more than acceptable. Liverpool...
Can't win away, though, can they?
They can't win away.
It's not the distance, is it?
It's massive problem. I mean, I don't know what it is, but 2 away games. Liverpool, I think, you know, they've obviously got the 4th Champions League spot, but they're 30 points behind Arsenal. Yeah. And I think there's a little bit more going to be happening, you know, with Liverpool between now and the start of next season. Obviously, with this money coming in, you know, hopefully a lot of it will be made to players becoming available. And Gerard Houllier says he's going to be there, obviously, at the start of next season, but I'm just not so sure.